The bizarre teddy bear. My name is Henry. I came from West Village. I have left my hometown to go to the city to make a living for years ago. I had met my wife here and we had a child already. I have bought a house and live with my family. My old parents still lived at West Village, so me and my wife had to get back to pay them a visit every year. One day, me and my wife both had a week off, so I drove my wife and my son back to our hometown. At that time, we had an unforgettable experience. We don't have to drive fast, honey. My son is Matthew. He was gonna turn 5 years old that year. He always got overexcited every time we headed to our hometown. How is it going, my buddy? We nearly see your grandpa and grandma. Do you like it? I was driving and looking him through the mirror to tease him. He had been in his mom's hands, looked so much excited. I'm so happy, Dad. Look who is grinning. Our family was talking and laughing a lot together enjoyably along the way. My son was very adorable. Thanks to my wife and my son, I was still driving tirelessly even for hours. I have told my parent prior every time I backed hometown. This time as well, my parent always stood in the yard to welcome us. I saw them afar right at the gate of the house from my car's windows. They were so happy when we paid a visit to them. They love and always care for us. Every holiday, they called to check out if we could bring my son to see them. My parent-in-law had died young, so we always headed to my parents' place if there was a chance. There are not much holidays throughout the year, so we rarely gathered together. Every time we backed here, we always had a long chat with my parent. That night after finishing dinner, we had chat to them until midnight. I needed something to play with. Buy me a toy. Buy me one, please. At first, my son was well behaved, but at his bedtime, he cried and yelled at us badly to ask for something to play with. He got tons of them at home, in the city. My good boy, Matthew, let's go to bed. We'll buy you a toy tomorrow. You know. What time is it? All the stores have been closed already. My wife promised. I'll bring him to the market to buy something for him tomorrow. I told my wife after we soothed our little villain to go to bed and hope he would stay till. What the weird, why he insisted a toy in the middle of the night at his bedtime. Probably, because he was just a child and so erratic, we headed to our bed and went to sleep. Recently, there are lots of pickpockets in the market. You gotta be careful and look after your son. Our parent told us. Me and my wife have had a good sleep until the next day. In the morning, we took Matthew to the market to buy him something as he asked. No worries, we will be careful. I assured my parent, it was such a long time I haven't gone to a small local market. Last times, we have been around our parents' house for a couple days then left. I have even taken my work here. The local market was small but also busy. It was in the early morning but there were so many people. I carried my son in my back to make sure he was unable to get lost, and so that my son could see things around easily. There were so much things in the market. They were selling everything, food, clothes and groceries. Daddy, there is a toy booth over there. My son got excited with the toy booth. He got a very quick eye. I looked toward where my son pointed out. There was a man who was spreading a canvas in the ground, and putting full of toys on it. I took my son to the booth, dropped him down so that he could collect something nice to him. He looked around and unable to decide to buy which one. Hey boy, do you like this one? This one could talk. The owner of the toy booth introduced to my son about a teddy bear which was able to talk. Look carefully. Hello. I saw the owner said hello then pressed the button in the teddy bear's body. Hello. The teddy bear copied his word. It turned out to be a recorder with a teddy bear shape. I thought, in our city, those stuff didn't popular. Kids from the city was likely to into gamer. Daddy, I love this teddy bear, could I have it? He couldn't resist as he was just a 5 years old boy. That was so much attractive to him. he loved it at his first glance. "My name is Matthew, what about you?" He held the teddy bear and talked to it all the way home, such an innocent boy. "I'm Matthew, what about you?" The teddy bear repeated what my son had told earlier. That was a weird sound, but I have ignored it. That teddy bear was not bad. My son was kinda easy to get bored, but this time was different. He had played with the teddy bear for 2 days in a row without complaints. Until he felt asleep, the teddy bear had been put next to him as well. 2 days after, as the other day, my son put the teddy bear next to him to go to sleep. There was a trilling event happened. While I was sleeping, I have heard someone beginning to sob. "Play, play. Mommy, mommy." The sound was louder and clearer. I found it started to be weird. I guessed the sound was from the teddy bear. That woke me up. At first, I think my son had been awakened and played with that teddy bear, but when I turned to see him, he was sleeping like a baby. There was just that teddy bear talked to itself. Someone. I was a little startled, but I thought the teddy bear might have a save function, but the owner didn't realize. When my son was sleeping, he had touched its switch and the teddy bear played it aloud. "It is too cold, too cold." I stared at the teddy bear a while. It was continuing to play its records with an interrupted, weirdly voice. I picked the teddy bear up and found the switch, then tried to press it. After then I have heard nothing, so I put it down and lay down. "My name is Sophia. What is your name?" Just a bit later, the teddy bear spoke up again. "No one play with me. I'm alone here. I'm cold." I straightened up and cursed. The teddy continued to talk some weird things aloud. "I miss my mom so much." "Honey, what are you doing with that teddy bear at this late?" The teddy bear voice might wake my wife up as well. "I miss my mom so much. I'm cold and lonely. Play with me." This teddy bear keep talking aloud. I'm confusing. What should I do with this? I have turned the switch off, but it doesn't work. I explained. "I want to hear my mom singing. I miss my mom badly." Such a weird voice. It's more like from a baby girl. The teddy bear keep talking after all. That was creepy. "That's creepy. Could you take off the battery? We will toss it away tomorrow." After a few silent moments, my wife told me to take off the battery, so that the teddy bear could stop. We were a bit worrying. Fortunately, my son was still sleeping and didn't know about what happened. I took my wife's advice, took off the battery from the teddy bear, then put it down to the table and wait for a long while to make sure it worked. Then we got back to sleep. The next morning, my wife reminded to toss the teddy bear away secretly so that my son would not play with that weird teddy bear. After the night earlier, I felt that there was something wrong and mysterious with this teddy bear, so I brought it out to the dumpster. "Why you toss the teddy bear away? You just bought it. Looks like my grandson was very into it." My mother asked. "This teddy bear has been broken. Last night, it sounded weirdly. It called itself as Sophia. I don't want Matthew play with something like this." I have explained to my mom. "What? Sophia? Are you sure?" Once my mother heard Sophia, she looked surprisingly. She even asked me again to confirm. "Yes, I'm pretty sure about that. What wrong?" "Mom, you look so serious." What a weird reaction. Why she was so surprised like that when she heard Sophia. Then, my mom told me, there was a baby girl, who was called as Sophia. She have recently passed away. I got a feeling in the back of my neck. What if that Sophia was inside the teddy bear? My mom was very superstitious. Even I got scared from what I have witnessed, but I was still unable to believe here 100%. So I decided to bring the teddy bear to Sophia's home with my wife and my mother to clear the scene. What are you saying, Auntie Emma? My little girl's soul had entered to this teddy bear. Could you make it clear? Once she heard what my mom said in a spiritual way, she was way too surprised. My son told me that the teddy bear introduced as Sophia and told she was missing her mom so bad last night. My mom told Sophia's mom what I have told her. I have heard their chat and thought that might true. So Sophia's soul is really in there? My little girl? Sophia's mom received the teddy bear and very confused when hearing this news. Sophia, is that you? Answer me, honey, Sophia. I gave her the battery to put in, and turned the switch on. She was a bit arousal and repeated those questions multiple times. My girl, answer me, I miss you so much as well. After a while, the teddy bear didn't speak up, she started to panic. My girl, talk to me, I miss you badly. Sophia's mom kept repeating those words, but there was no reply. Why? Answer me. She started to get disappointed. My girl, I miss you badly. She turned down her voice and tear was all over her cheeks, as I could see, that was so heartbroken. My family was standing there while she was crying for her daughter. I felt a bit sorry for giving her some hopes then took it away. Sophia's mom had tried to talk to the teddy bear for a while, but she had disappointed. There was no replies from the teddy bear. It had been broken likely, but she still wanted to take the teddy bear away. After then, I haven't heard any news from her and the teddy bear. A few days after, our family had to head back to the city. I still had haunted by the teddy bear. I truthfully hoped it could talk again one day.